Good.
In a bid to improve the ability to promote Uganda's tourism capacity, the Uganda Tourism Board, a government of Uganda created organization, mandated to promote and market Uganda locally and internationally, promote quality assurance in tourism facilities and investment, support and oversee the private sector in tourism development, has embarked on the training of journalists on tourism innovative writing.
We need to put the tourism agenda even higher.
A 4-day engagement with tourism and travel reporters in Uganda was yesterday launched at Cephas Inn Kabale. The refresher training, coupled with a visit to some tourism sites in Kigezi Sub Region, aims at helping journalists improve their ability to promote Uganda's tourism potential. According to Cephas Inn, the head of public relations at the Uganda Tourism Board, the media training purposes at equipping journalists with practical work, aiming at promoting the variety of tourist attractions in Uganda. Gesa further adds that they chose Kigezi Sub Region, Kabale district in particular, to host the first training due to its richness of tourism attraction sites.
We have come to the land with 1,000 hills here in Kabale, also known as the Kigezi region. First of all, to interface and talk to the journalists here, but also we traveled with a team from Central Uganda to bring the mix. Central that has not been to the Western to show us around. Now, Kabale is a rich place, both in culture, the climate, the weather. We look at the hills, the sceneries. They are really, really interesting places to visit. So we are here to do a media training, basically to interface and give value addition knowledge to our journalists with practical work.
Gesa also adds that with such training, they are focusing on giving better exposure to the tourism features in different regions through the media.
We want to give them a platform to have even better exposure, so that when they talk about Bunyonyi, they will not mistake it for Lake Mutanda, just because the two are close by and in the same region. When they talk about Kabale, they shouldn't forget that Kabale is just close to Kisoro, and Kisoro holds mountain Muhabura, it has Sabinyo, it has that gorge.
John Baptist Imokola, a veteran journalist, said that such training should have started years back as the tourism sector of the country keeps growing. Imokola adds that such training creates an opportunity of sharing experiences in tourism, aiming at improving the sector.
We should have started this conversation a little bit earlier, at times when we're interested in growing the numbers of tourists, improving the image of the country, popularizing tourist destinations. So I think we are getting into this a little bit late, but better late than never. This is a good starting point. Well, of course, now the industry is even growing bigger. It's bringing in a lot more income and a lot more tourists. So it's time for us now to scale up these conversations. But probably if we had started earlier, we would have benefited more from our tourism sector. So we are sharing experiences, we are helping one another to improve and to ask themselves where they can do things better. Now, in terms of what we expect this to achieve, I don't expect that things will change overnight. I don't expect things to change in one day or with one training. So I think that this is a starting point. This is a stepping stone for all of us. So for the Uganda Tourism Board and other agencies, we are saying let's start from here, but can we have more interaction?
Journalists in the tourism and travel reporting field welcome the engagement with the Uganda Tourism Board, saying that such will assist them in writing and creating stories in line with promoting tourism.
This is long overdue because it was supposed to be done, I don't know how many years ago or how many months ago. It's long overdue, but we are really going to catch up because it's really concerted efforts. We saw the Ministry of Tourism undertaking the same. We are seeing UTB doing the same. That's a matter of harmonizing all these efforts so that we have these trainings like periodically, not only one time off. You know, let's say every after 2 months, every after 3 months, something like that.
Kabale district is a popular place for being a center of Uganda's tourism attraction, including Lake Bunyonyi, Africa's second deepest lake, and it is also a stopover center for tourists intending to visit Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, a popular spot for mountain gorilla trekking in the region. Nabatingamachi for Kigezi Television.